Hey guys, it's Mike with Fish Addictions TV, here for your weekly fishing report. Now before we get into the weekly fishing report from the guys all around the ice belt, I want to first touch base on this big storm that's rolling in. It's the first big snowstorm of the 2018-2019 ice season. And we always have to remember when we get big amounts of snow, like they're talking here, anywhere from 6 to 18 inches of snow, that we want to make sure that we double check our ice conditions as we go out after this snowstorm. That much weight on the ice can change a lot of things. So we just want to make sure you guys stay safe. Now, around the ice belt, the fishing has been awesome. A lot of fish coming topside. Fish just seem to be really hungry. So here's your reports from around the ice belt.
Hey guys, Andrew with Fish Addictions TV with a fishing report coming from Bemidji, Minnesota. As you can see, it's Christmas Day. We're out here trying to pin down another panfish bite right now, getting on some crappies and bluegills. Last weekend, we were on the road, headed up to Lake of the Woods to get after some walleyes and saugers. Great bite up there right now, guys. Tons of action, lots of fish. You're gonna wanna make sure you bring lots of bait and concentrate in those depths anywhere from 18 to 29 feet of water off Pine Island on the south shore in the mud there. And depending on the time of day, you're going to want to slide up shallower in the early morning, later in the evening, and then move out to that 25 to 29 feet of water for that midday bite. Jigging spoons tipped with a minnow head, either shiners, fatheads, anything to add a little scent and put a little meat on that treble hook. And dead sticks have been producing as well, like always up there on Lake of the Woods. Please check with the local bait shops and resorts to verify ice conditions and just utilize the best mode of transportation that's being recommended at that time. Bemidji area has been great for panfish, lots of crappies hanging on the edges of those basins and those deeper weed edges. Bluegills can be found anywhere from those deeper basins all the way up into the shallow weeds. So pretty healthy concentration of fish in the Bemidji area right now as well. Tons of great bites happening all over the area. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Thanks for watching.
Hey, what's up guys? Josh checking in from southern Wisconsin. We finally have ice and the pan fishing has been pretty good. Been basically focusing on offshore artificial structure called cribs. Collections of logs and branches that they dump into the lakes down here for the fish to collect on. Been doing really well on the crappies, anywhere from 25 to, I don't know, 18 to probably 25 feet deep. And then looking for these fish at the top of the crib, you'll see all these marks on your flasher, and just fish right above them has been producing the best. And then the bluegills have been getting kind of up on the weed beds up shallow in that 11-foot range. But it's been pretty good, mainly tungstens and plastics. Dark colors seem to be better, purples, blacks, reds, up in the weeds. And then out on the actual cribs, your brighters, chartreuses, glows have been doing really well. Also been throwing some tip-ups out with just golden shiners on them. Tried walleyes a couple early morning and late evening on tip-ups, and then jigging sticks as well. Without much luck, but we've been leaving the tip-ups out up on the edge of those weed lines when we're up chasing bluegills shallow, and picked up a couple pikes, so that's always fun. But hope you guys are getting out, and that's what I've got for you this week. And now that we've got ice, I'll be checking in hopefully weekly. We'll just see how it goes. Talk to you guys later.
Hey guys, Ryan Wheeling, Minocqua Area's Ice Fishing Report. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Christmas as we head into the new year. As far as ice condition, travel conditions go, they're still phenomenal. Ice is still growing a little more rapidly now. We've had some colder days. As far as the bite goes, still been focusing on panfish. The bluegills this past week have sort of moved out. They are not quite as shallow as they were last week. I'm finding them on that first main piece of structure outside of that shallow weed bite that, is their early ice. So it can be a shallow crib in the, 12 to 15 foot range. Some of the rock clumps are starting to fill up as well in that 12 to 20 foot range. Even points where you have, a nice flat and you get that point that goes out into 20 foot. That's where the bluegills have tradition. So for me, they're starting to move out of shallow water and definitely focusing more on that structure that's out a little deeper. The crappies, they are also still migrating. Last week I said they weren't quite in the deep basins yet. On a lot of lakes, they still aren't there. If you have the deepest spot be 30, 35 foot on that lake, they are definitely there from what I've seen there. It's the deep basin bite that's going to go on for the next couple months here. They're obviously cruising around. You got to find them. When you get on them, the crappie bite's still been great. On those lakes where the deep hole is, 60, 70 feet deep, I've seen them in, still that 30 to 40 foot range. So they're not all the way out as deep as they're going to get, here in the next couple months, but they're definitely out. Basin bite is on. Tungsten and plastics have been the best for crappies from this past week, so they've just been a little more finicky. The weather's kind of cooled off. A couple fronts have moved through. They're not eating the spoons quite as well, so it's more of that tungsten plastic bite. As far as the beluga goes, you know, for me it's that small tungsten in, you know, a different colored plastic. I mix up the plastic. I like to do white and black jigs and then just vary the plastics from there. So hopefully you guys all have a wonderful new year. Hopefully you get out on the ice over the new year and get some awesome ice fishing in. Stay tuned for more reports as the season rolls on.
Hey everybody, Jesse or Juice Mayland with Tintus Outdoors and Fish Addictions TV. Out here on a lake north, about just a little bit north of Alexandria, fishing for crappies this afternoon. We've been finding crappies in anywhere from 15 to 20 feet of water, really. They've been, depending on the lake, they've been schooling up at night. So the fish have been hitting waxies during the day if you can find them. Use those cameras out there and find those fish. And in the evening, they really turn on. We've been catching them on live minnows or minnow heads on jigs and small spoons. Red glow's been working really good for me lately, especially on these darker lakes. They're working really good. Ice conditions around the area are sketchy in some areas. You want to check them out before you go head out onto the ice. 8 to 12 inches of ice on most lakes. Lots of guys driving their trucks out yet. I'm a four-wheeler guy myself, so just check your ice before you head out there. We've been catching sunfish during the day. Been doing really good on that lately. Lots of nice fish. Weed lines, 13, 14 feet of water, do really good during the day, and they seem to in the morning be a little bit deeper schooled up. Walleye, we've been seeing a few walleye during the day. We just picked one up in about 17 foot of water looking for crappies earlier. But walleye are hitting dead stick minnows most of the time at night or in the evening, anywhere from 18 to 22 feet of water. So you guys have a good, safe holiday and get out there on the ice and have fun with your families, and we'll see you on the ice.